Good afternoon. My name is Mark Hawkins. I'm the Community Improvement Director for the City of Waycross. And I want to take this opportunity for this month's code improvement or code and information sharing session to discuss a new city ordinance that is taking place July 1st of this year. It pertains to the vacancy inspections. This will be for commercial and for residential properties. Currently, right now, to do a vacancy, so if your water and or power has been off for more than 6 months, you would have to come up to City Hall, get a vacancy inspection. We would go out and inspect and make sure all the plumbing, electrical, mechanical, and the building was up to code. The city was wanting to streamline this and make it easier. So what the new ordinance says, and I'll just read it, is that the owner or agent shall be required to obtain a third-party Georgia state licensed building, electrical, mechanical, and plumbing contractor to inspect any building that does not have power and or water supplied to the building or mobile home for a period of 6 months or more before power and water can be supplied back to that building. The owner will obtain the vacancy permit and will submit a signed affidavit, assuming all liability for the property in compliance with code. And then once each of those trades, the building, the electrical, the plumbing, and the mechanical contractors go out, do their inspection, they will have a affidavit that they complete, and they would all bring back to the city of Waycross. Once all of those are completed and turned in, then we would turn on the water or power. So it would, again, take the city out of it. It would streamline things. The property owner could choose who they have to come in and inspect. But again, the owner vacancy inspection code compliance affidavit would be what the owner or agent of the building fills out. And they would come in, fill this out. They would get a permit. And then the contractors that owner or agent gets would fill out the code compliance certification affidavit. And that's where they're saying that they went in, they inspected, and it was up to code. And they would submit those. They would put in the permit number that the owner or agent got at the top and get these. Both of these forms have to be notarized. There's a spot on there for the notary to do that. Once those are submitted, then we can go from there. I will say, so if there's any work that needs to be done, if the electrician finds something that needs to be brought up to code or the plumber, permits are still required. So those same electricians or contractor would come up, they would get their permits to make those repairs. They would make the repairs, and then we would go out and inspect that it's brought up to code. And then we would go from there. So this is one of the things that we're doing there to just help give the citizens a little more options in who they have in that, and to streamline things for the city, just to these are things that contractors can go out and look at, and it would just free us up to be able to stick to new construction, additions, remodels, things of that nature. So if there's any questions with that, I'll be glad to answer those. If you have any questions with anything else code related, please feel free to type those in. If we're all fair, when you're watching this, we will come back and answer those questions. I will say again, I know we've had a good bit of rain lately and the heat, so grass is growing at a faster rate. So just a reminder to keep the grass under 12 inches. We will be monitoring that, but we will give grace, especially like the last 2 weeks, we've had a lot of rain, so we're not writing a lot of overgrowth letters unless it's just really, really high, because we understand that you can't get out and cut when it's raining. So we're working there with that. But just please help keep Waycross beautiful. Pick up your trash. Just remember that the Public Works Department, if you call and set up an appointment with them, they will come pick up 5 items every week for free. They've got a list of items that they'll pick up. You'll call them, set it out by the road, and they'll come pick that up. And again, that's free of charge to you. So please utilize that. Don't dump out in empty lots or anything. We're seeing a lot of that again. So just please help us keep the city of Waycross beautiful. If you see people dumping, say something, call us, report it, help us to prevent that so that we can keep our city looking beautiful. So, and with that, if you have any questions, feel free to type them in. And again, this new ordinance, again, starts July 1st of this year. So we will no longer be doing vacancy inspections as the city. Those will now be handled by licensed contractors, and you're free to pick whoever you want to do that. They just submit the affidavit, and then the owner will submit the affidavit saying that they're hiring licensed people, and they will be the ones responsible for that permit. The vacancy is still $20 for that permit, just for us to handle the paperwork. And it's just a way of getting it done quicker. So if you have any questions on that, feel free to call our office at 912-287-2944, and we can walk you through that process. And with that, I say have a good day, and again, just help keep Waycross beautiful. Thank you.